Texas is known as the home of the best barbecue in the world. So today, we're gonna be testing just that, seeing if it lives up to its meaty reputation.
And throughout this video, we're gonna be trying loads of different places as well.
Starting with the Salt Lick.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, the plates are giving prison plates, I guess. So what's slightly different about here is the way in which they cook it. It's a low and slow, and they cook it directly above coals. Let's actually start with the brisket. Here we go. Everywhere it claims that they're known for their brisket, so it's obviously an important part of the culture here. That's lovely. It's not quite as tender, but it is also the lean section, so I'm a little bit more lenient. This is why you watch my videos. Another thing to note is they're known for their barbecue sauce. I mean, if you have a barbecue gaff, you should probably have a decent barbecue sauce. I feel like the sauces here are a bit of a game changer. That is definitely different to a lot of the barbecue sauces that I've had. It's really hard to identify what flavor that is. That barbecue sauce is insanely rich. It's nice, but I would almost prefer something a little bit lighter. This comes with beans as well. Let's give these a go. These cowboy beans are nice. I'm a big fan of those. Let's give it. Okay, this potato salad's all right, but it's not sort of marry me potato salad or anything that's gonna revolutionize the potato salad game. Here we go, get a look at this. I mean, these are nice. I feel like it's lacking a serious flavor. With some of the hype of the places that we're supposed to be heading to, if this is a baseline standard, I can't wait to see what the other stuff's like. Let's get a little bit of sauce, a little bit of the barbecue sauce on this. Oh yeah, that sauce works so nicely with this. Hold on a sec. Love that. Here's a fun stat for you. Supposedly, they do about 1 million pounds of brisket every year. Do you know how insane that is? That's like one 2016 Bazinga a year. Let's talk rating. For the meat, I'm gonna go with a 3 out of 5. Solid. Not like making me text the group chat saying, boys, you gotta experience this. Then on the sides, I'm gonna also go with a 3 out of 5. I love the fact you get the beans, you get a bit of everything, but again, there's no particular side here that is making me do backflips. So overall, solid place, and I guess if you're driving by, it's worth stopping by.
Spot 2 is a place called City Market.
American barbecue food. I mean, what I just experienced in the sausage room was absolutely outrageous. It feels like this is the most classic, quintessential American barbecue place. Oh, my nose is on fire. If I spend too much time in here, I'm gonna pass out. As you can see, it's so classic. Nothing here is modern, I can tell you that. He asked how many slices of bread do you want? He said, you want some crackers with that? Like, what am I about to have here? I have no idea. We've got the brisket, which is cooked and looked amazing inside that pit. Then of course we've got the rib here as well. And you select your onions and it comes all wrapped up like this. Anything else you would recommend to have with it?
Pickle?
Yeah, I'll just take some onions with, which is really cool. I mean, this is genuinely like an experience. I mean, this must be the most classic form of an American barbecue. And I felt like the guys behind as well, they were old school. So I'm not exactly sure what you're supposed to do here, so forgive me for any traditional American barbecuists. But what if I just bang that like that, fold it over, get that in there.
Also, if you guys have made it this far, there are over 60% of you guys that simply have not subscribed and you're watching this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button or scan the QR code if you're watching this on your TV.
Is cooked really nicely. There's no like massive flavors coming through. It feels just like, almost like a purist, a traditionalist meal. It just tastes really meaty, succulent. It's a solid brisket, and I feel like as a foreigner here, as somebody that doesn't live here, coming and experiencing this is really cool and a massive, massive bonus. Let's try the rib. That tastes really nice. like succulent, juicy. We actually saw the pitmaster, who's essentially the man in charge of the pit. We saw him when he lifted it up. There was racks of these ribs all just in there marinating, cooking. It was such an impressive thing to look at, honestly. It's got to be a health hazard the way those old fellas are just sat in there. The amount of smoke, my nostrils felt like they were on fire in there. All right, so we've got this stack of crackers here. Now, traditionally, it was done because they couldn't bake bread, or if they didn't have access to baked bread, then they would just go to a shop and buy some crackers. So this is like a little reset, a palate cleanser. I'm not joking, genuinely, between each bite. Maybe the saltiness from the crackers. I mean, I don't think it gets more traditional than this. Now, a lot of these barbecue places have got extremely popular thanks to things like TikTok and all sorts. And they often have massive queues, but this one is about an hour drive outside of Austin. There was no queues here. It feels quaint. It feels like I'm in a secret place that most people don't know about. Now, the reason why they all work in the sausage room is because of these bad boys. The sausages, the link sausages. Now, I don't mind sausage, I don't love sausages. Let's see if this stacks up. Wow. There's like a real snap. Oh my God, the juice in these, that is unbelievable. I take a bite into it, it like snaps through, and then the juices from this sausage. Like I said, I'm not really that arsed about sausages, I don't mind them. I'm pretty indifferent, but this feels like special, a special sausage. The texture is incredible. The skin around it is like, it's a tight skin, a tight sausage skin. Where are we going with this video? One of the big things when it comes to barbecue food is a lot of the sides. You get your mac and cheese, you get all sorts of stuff, coleslaw. There was none of that. He asked me if I wanted some onions and pickles, and you know me, there's never any pickles involved. So he said, do you want crackers and bread? I said, I mean, is that what people get? And he said, yeah. So here we are. When it comes to the sides, they're not really too big on their sides here. They do have a little bit of it, but it's not considered like massive. But this right here is a potato salad. Let's have a look. I love a potato salad, by the way. Absolute sucker for potato salad. It's nice. Slightly better than the M&S potato salad, I will say. Okay, let's talk ratings. For the meat, I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. Really nice. Flavor-wise, it just tastes meaty. It tastes no bullshit, no fancy nonsense. Amazing. Then, for the sides, out of 5, I'm probably gonna give it a 2 out of 5. And not because of it doesn't taste good. Like, this potato salad is a nice potato salad, but I feel like the range isn't quite there. If you just want proper Texas barbecue food, absolutely this is a great spot to go to.
Next up, we're off to Louis Mueller's, who not only boast some of the most spotless reviews on the internet, but also carry the local title as the barbecue royal family.
We're here, it's Louis Mueller. Now, this place has insane lore.
This room is referred to by the locals as the Cathedral of Smoke, with the blackened walls caused by decades of soot from the smoke pits.
Originally built in '59 when we moved in here.
And how much beef do you go through a day?
An average day we'll do, say, 16 briskets.
Yep.
In fact, it's so old that the pit you see right here in front of me was built using steel from a literal World War II ship.
What?
That was cut up into plate steel.
Yeah.
And then sold.
Now, the history behind this is unbelievable. Just going through there, like, this whole place, it feels surreal. Now, we've got a little bit of brisket, some pork ribs. We've also got the mac and cheese pot here. Visually, this looks absolutely amazing. Anyways, let's try the mac and cheese, because I'll be honest with you, I hate cold mac and cheese. I just can't hack it. So, wow, this just looks filthy. It's not changing the way I live my life, but it is really nice. Almost like, if anybody's ever had Kraft's mac and cheese, again, it's quite an American thing, that this is kind of what that tastes like. Let's see what the barbecue here is actually like. Here we go, look at this, man. Wow. This kind of just melts in your mouth. What sort of flavors am I getting here? It's almost like a buttery taste to it. He specifically asked me, do I want it moist? And I said, absolutely. So in terms of flavors that I'm getting, it is just a meaty flavor. It's not overriding. This is special, this. Let's move on to the rib here. Let me get my hands involved for this. Put the knife and fork down. Oh wow, okay, the flavor on this is unbelievable. Wow, I'm loving that rub. Okay, wow. This is really good. I'm getting an apple-y taste on the top of it. It is just falling off. There is no effort to get this meat off the bone. Now, one thing I love about this is you're really getting the barbecue experience here. It feels like you're in a cowboy town. There was no queue like the barbecue. Some of these places I'm hearing have over 5-hour queues for the food. Like, look, I'm all for trying new things, cuisine. I'm never queuing up 5 hours for food. For me, it's a solid brisket, but the star of the show here, the pork ribs. So we're about an hour outside of Austin. Here you go. We're literally, well, I don't want to say the middle of nowhere, but we're a fair way out. And you might be wondering, Cal, how the hell have you got yourself some signal out here? Well, let me tell you, I use Olafly. You get yourself an eSIM, it's super easy, quick, simple to set up. And this means whenever you go traveling, you're gonna have data. They've got over 200 destinations, right? They also have these things called monthly plans. Now they have those in over 160 destinations. Really helpful if you are traveling like me. I'm constantly on the move and I need to have data to do my job. Simple as that. And to doom scroll, more importantly. Now, worst case scenario, your plan runs out. Well, they've got a feature called Always On. What that means is you're gonna get a gigabyte of backup data should your plan run out. Really helpful and absolutely saved my arse on multiple occasions. And that feature is in over 70 destinations. And if any issues do arise, you've got 24/7 support. And of course, I've got to get you guys a little discount as well. So I've managed to get you guys 5% off your eSIMs and 10% off your Olafly plans as well. That's for the first 12 months. To get those discounts, use my link down below. No excuses to run out of data when you're abroad now. What seems to be a really popular dessert here is the banana pudding. Now, I can't wait to try this. I love banana flavored desserts, so this works well for me. Oh, wow. This has a really strong cinnamon flavoring to it as well, which is just making this really nice. I tried this at the famous Buc-ee's, and wow, this just smokes that. This is lovely. Just for the meat, I'm gonna give this a solid 3.5 out of 5. Now for the sides, we obviously have the mac and cheese, we have the banana pudding. The banana pudding has done incredible work to my palate, put it that way. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. Solid effort. What an experience that was. Woohoo! Right, let's head to the next one.
Our penultimate spot is one of the best reviewed barbecue spots in all of America. It's La Barbecue.
Wow, look at this. This is some tasting platter here. G-Film, I'm gonna need your help to get through this one, I reckon. This is a British man having American portions.
Funnily enough, this spot was actually set up by Louis Mueller's daughter, Leanne. Clearly, that's not a bad surname to carry around these parts. These days, her wife Ali runs it, who mentioned that smoking the meat at a hot temperature in their famous pepper rub is what makes La Barbecue stand out from your everyday smokehouse.
We've got a house-made sausage. We do all of our pickling, pickled red onions, pickles, kimchi.
Lovely.
Can I take a picture of your tray?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Amazing.
Wow.
There it is. All right, well, it was like, you know when you go to the zoo and you bring out a bit of food and all the animals come flocking? That's exactly what's just happened here. Everybody crowded around, wanted to get photos of it, and I can't blame them. This has got to be one of the best looking food platters I've ever seen. I don't really know where to start here. This is really exciting. Right, so the brisket, this is considered like the crown jewel of barbecue here in Texas. This is kind of what everybody bases their ratings off. So nice and crispy, tender on the inside. Let's give this a go. The tenderness of the actual meat here is incredible. What I find fascinating about what Ali was saying is she was just as passionate about everything else here on the side than she was about the actual beef and the barbecue meat. She stressed how much of this was all homemade. I mean, this is one of the best looking kimchi I've seen. Wow. That has got a serious kick to it, actually. You see the fat all throughout and you'd be a bit worried that it's just gonna taste like chewy fat, but the good stuff melts in your mouth, and that's exactly what happens here. Let's move on to the ribs here. I mean, get a look at these. It's time to get the hands involved here, I think. That genuinely just falls off. Do you know what, there's something about this that, while it has the meaty taste, it also feels really light and actually kind of fruity, which is kind of weird. And I didn't think I would get that from this, but I feel like the flavors in this, they're just coming through a bit differently. I feel sometimes with barbecue, when you're eating, it can all just taste like meat. Do you know what I mean? Like there's not anything really different between things, but this is so different to the brisket, and I'm loving it. I am not surprised at all that this place has a Michelin star. It is so good at what it does. Let's take a little look at the sides here. This is just a mac and cheese to most people. That is clogging up all of your arteries in the best way possible. It tastes very artificial, but that's exactly how I imagine American mac and cheese to taste. Let's try a bit of the pulled pork here. This just tastes so different to that, which tastes so different to that. Amazing. This looks like a scoop of ice cream. Can you not? Please, I'm trying to enjoy my meal. This tastes like potato salad. Really like it. Again, refreshing. Let's give this a go. Personally, not a big sausage lover, you know? As far as sausages go, flavorful, nice. Just for me personally, a whole sausage like that just doesn't really do it. That's entirely a personal preference though. Let's talk about ratings here. Meats, out of 5. I'm giving it a 4.5. It is so flavorful, doesn't feel heavy. The only reason why it's not getting a 5 for me is because I haven't started levitating yet. Second all is when it comes to the sides here, I'm actually gonna sit this at around a 4 out of 5. The mac and cheese stands out to me, absolutely unreal. I enjoy the potato salad ice cream bowl, but for me, the star of the show was the mac and cheese, and everything else just complemented it nicely, which is kind of the point of it. But other than the mac and cheese, nothing blew my socks off. Now it's time for our highest rated spot. I'm curious to see how it's gonna stack up against this.
Our final spot is one of the highest reviewed barbecue spots in all of America. Terry Black's Barbecue, who pretty much have a queue out the door 7 days a week.
All right, so we're here at Terry Black's Barbecue. This is the one place that every time we mentioned we were coming here, everyone went, oh wow, that's a serious experience. We have a serious arrangement. They did not hold back. Look at this. We got the beef, rib, brisket, turkey. I mean, it is an eating challenge. You're gonna help me, right, please? Yeah, you're gonna help me? Okay, look, it's a non-negotiable, I need help. Anyways, these are plastic knives, so the fact that this could just get through it just shows you how tender this is. It's usually where a lot of the flavor is. That is so tender, very buttery. I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is that I'm tasting, but it's like a really strong pepper rub. Well, let's see how the mac and cheese stacks up. This is a staple when it comes to barbecue over here. Okay, that's a thick mac and cheese compared to some of the other ones. All right, so here's the brisket. Now, there's 2 parts to the brisket. You have the moist and the lean. You can actually just see the difference between it. So you would imagine with the moist, you're probably getting a little bit more flavor, a bit more of a fatty vibe to it though. Wow, I mean, that genuinely melts in your mouth. Let's try the lean bit here. That's got definitely a tougher texture. It's still really good, but I think I definitely prefer the moist side of it. It just falls away in your mouth. It's incredible the sheer amount of volume that this place is doing. I must say, in terms of like authenticity, it does feel like we're at a bit of a tourist hotspot. I'm not getting that like authentic feel, just in terms of the atmosphere. There's definitely places where I almost feel like I'm in a movie set. I don't really get that here. So this place actually does a bit of turkey. Now, I'll be honest with you, never really been a turkey guy. At Christmas, I tend to go for chicken, but when does a turkey look this succulent? I feel like I've been spoiled here. I'm not gonna get better turkey than that at home. This experience is just insane. Let's try a side that I've not had before with barbecue. The beans, the sauce, the flavors, I'm in shock. God forbid, oh my God, look. They're in a whole basket of pickles. They clearly didn't get the memo. Now it's time to try out the pork rib. I'm gonna get my hands involved for this one. No nonsense, pork rib. I think I prefer some of the flavors in the other spots. We're talking fine margins here. Right, in the grand scheme of things, this is just It's just out of this world.
Now, there was actually a huge family feud in the Black's family, which all started when Terry Black's brother refused to let his nephews open a new restaurant in Austin. After one cease and desist letter, the twins were banned from ever using the iconic Black's BBQ name. So they just used their father's name instead, and Terry Black's BBQ was born.
Now for the sausage. He decided to give me a bit of the spicy jalapeno sausage. I wasn't entirely convinced on it, but lovely, good amount of spice. The jalapenos is coming through. I'll be honest with you, there's only been one sausage that's blowing me away. Don't take that out of context. But it was the one at City Market. That for me felt like a completely different experience. And that sausage, I would have again. When it comes to barbecue, this place is amazing. Now, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5, which seems pretty consistent. Most of these barbecue places, obviously the meat is phenomenal. Now, when it comes to the sides, I don't think I can complain about a single thing here. It's a 5 out of 5 for the sides. The sheer amount they have on offer. I've enjoyed the mac and cheese, enjoyed the beans, potato salad, out of this world. The rice was great, comes with the bread. I mean, what more do you want? I've got nothing to say. So, thank you, Terry Blacks. Appreciate you. And what an experience this is.
It's fair to say Texas has mastered the craft of barbecue, with Terry Black's taking the crown as my favorite of the lot. Let me know down below which your favorite was, and don't forget to sign up to join the fight against pickles with my weekly newsletter, which is free, by the way.